Hello, welcome to Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real, metaphysical, and occult knowledge so that you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. This week, we're going to give you a quick little spell or spells to help you deal and manage your stress and anxiety, so stay tuned. Okay, without a doubt, perhaps the biggest things to affect most people in their day-to-day life is stress and anxiety. We all deal with it at some level, and honestly, some of us more than others. And I have been asked more than a time or two about spell work that can help with this. And I generally like to customize spell work when it comes to stuff like this. But that said, when it does come to stress and anxiety, over the years, I have found methods that are very, very functional for anyone. And they seem to help out across the board, even without customizations. And this is such a large issue. I wanted to share that spell working with you all so that you all can start using it in your life. Okay, and let's get into that. Now, the way that I've set this up is as a runic working spell. But we're going to give you two methods of utilizing this spell, quick and easy, okay? So check this out. Okay, first off, let's talk about the runes we're going to be using here. Now, I will link up here the videos that you're going to need for this because we've already gone over these a bit in the past. And I just realized I leaned in past this camera. I apologize about that. So for this, we will be needing the Isa rune, which is the 11th rune. So you will find that in the second et. And I'll make sure the video for the second et is listed above. You're also going to need Kinaz and Wunyo, both of which runes are in the first et. And that video will be linked here too. Or I'll see if I can actually just link the Rune Magic or Runic playlist up here. That way the whole playlist is there. But you're specifically looking for the videos on the first et and second et. And you're looking for Isa, Kinaz, and Wunyo. Isa will be in the second et. Kinaz and Wunyo will be in the first et. Now, these three runes actually are going to help us out a lot. And make sure you're taking notes here because when you're doing this, you want to know why you're using the rune. You can't just use the rune willy-nilly. So, Isa, it is the rune of ice. It's about binding. It's about stopping things. It's about solidifying it. And that's kind of what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to use Isa to hold, freeze, and stop. Halt it. Bring it to a stop, the stress and the anxiety. Okay, we're going to use it to basically lock up the stress and anxiety and help it to just stop affecting us. We will be working on the healing aspect of this. Don't worry. But we want to stop it from affecting us so that we can get on with everything else quicker. Okay, that's what Isa is going to be doing for us here. Kinaz, it helps you to shape and transform. And that's exactly what we're using Kinaz for. Once Isa has locked that anxiety and that stress up and froze it solid, we're going to use Kinaz to start to melt and transform that ice into what we want. And what do we want? That's where Wunyo comes in. We are going to transform it into joy, well-being, and harmony. That's right. We're not banishing the stress and anxiety. Instead, we're actually going to transform it into joy, well-being, and harmony in our lives. Now think about that. No matter what level of stress you are on the day-to-day platform as a person, imagine if you could turn that stress into joy, well-being, and harmony. Believe me, I've been in days in my life where if I could have just flipped it, it'd have been heaven. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to give you two or three easy ways to do this. Now, the first way you could do this is you could make a bind rune. which we do have a video in the playlist that we've linked to cover this. But real quick, a bind rune is essentially a combination of 2 or more runes, in this case 3, which you overlay. You always draw each line. Don't leave out a line. Just if there's a line that you can utilize for it, you trace over it again. Okay? Always draw every line of every rune. And while you draw the rune, you focus on the rune and what you're using it for, which, as we stated already in this video, Isa is to hold and freeze the stress and the anxiety. Kenaz is to melt, shape, and transform it into. Wunyo allows us to focus it and transform it into joy, well-being, and harmony. So Kenaz is the transformative rune, Wunyo is the goal of the transformation, and Isa is what's collecting it and freezing that stress up so it no longer affects us, so we can transform it. Okay, and you can easily make a bind rune focusing on those things, and once you have your bind rune made, you would then golder over it with your hands, focusing energy onto the bind rune. And then you can easily put that into your pillowcase, sleep with it, and that is a fair way to help. It does help pretty good. The downside to this is it really helps with the sleeping side better than anything. It is true that rune will have a connection to you because of your pillow, and it will affect you all day. But it does seem to be in smaller doses because there is still a distance there. So to this, I have always liked a more direct approach. The direct approaches is, well, first off, Drake, what do you mean by golder over the bind rune? There we go. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is a golder spell. You don't need to write anything. You don't need any of that. You just need to be able to talk. Or you can even intone the runes in your mind's voice if you want. And we'll actually demo that here, which I'm going to have to get me a drink. Mouth is getting a little dry. And golder is the Norse magic of spoken spell work, or intoning, and it's often done in rune spells. So what we're going to do is we are going to golder each of these runes, their name, 3 times would be preferable, and you're going to want to picture the rune in your mind, and you're going to want to focus on what that rune is doing as you golder it. Okay? Just as we did before, you're going to focus on what that rune does. Now there are 2 ways to go about this. You can actually intone each one 3 times in 3 circuits of 1, 1, 1, or you could do Isa 3 times, Kenaz 3 times, and Wunyo 3 times. My personal preference is to do Isa 3 times, Kenaz 3 times, and Wunyo 3 times, and just get it done. Okay, so we will go ahead and demo that one really quick for you. So again, I lock Isa, the rune Isa, into my mind's eye. I focus on my intent for it. Isa, Isa, Isa. Kenaz, Wunyo, Wunyo, Wunyo. Okay, so that would be actually how you would do that as a golder spell. I got 3 intonations of each one 3 times, and I'll be honest, I'm feeling freaking great. And that is something, you will feel those vibrations as you intone those words, and they will actually, you will feel your body tingle as you do this quick spell work. And this is something you can do anywhere, on your lunch break, in your car, in traffic. I have done these in traffic. And you can utilize them very, very easily. Now, a lot of you's like, Drake, I can't be freaking intoning like that at work. People's going to think I'm weird. That's why I said you can actually use your mind's voice, like you hear the intoning in your mind. It will still work. True, it might not have the exact same effects, but it will work. However, don't worry, Drake is here. Drake is here to help. I understand that some of us don't want to rely on secondary effects, and at the same time, it's like, what if I want something that I can do more subtly? Maybe people won't notice or whatnot. I got the solution for you. Okay? How many of us usually have something to drink at work on the regular? Anybody? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, whether it be a coffee pot like this or a water bottle, you can actually fill that water bottle with your liquid of choice, whether it be, cup of coffee. I always enjoy coffee, or water, or tea, or whatever your choice of beverage is. Even if it's Coke. And by Coke, I mean sodas or pops. Sorry, I'm from the South. We call it all Coke. So you can take the container filled with the liquid. You can hold your hands over the container, focusing the energy on the liquid in the container, and you can do this intoning and charge the liquid to create a liquid that every time you take a sip of it, you're going to benefit from the effects of this spell. How freaking cool is that? Just imagine being able to sip on your water all day to calm your stress down. Stress relieving water. It's amazing. Now, I've had people say, Drake, I go through 4 or 5 bottles of water a day at work. I take them all with me, but I do. Okay, no problem. Charge them all that morning, take them. No issues. The same spell can charge 5 bottles as easy as 1. No issues. Just stack them up all there. Just, if this is 1 bottle, widen your hands. Charge all 5 bottles. Also, you can do your snacks. So if you take snacks to work, whether it be M&Ms or whatnot, you can charge those too. Anything that you take, you can charge with this spell. Now, I would only charge them daily. I wouldn't charge like a large batch for the week. I would charge it daily to get maximum benefits from this. But you will find that what you will do is anytime you get a little stressed or whatnot, you just take a little sip of your beverage. And you'll actually feel that energy dissipate and distribute through you, and you'll feel that calming sensation as it does. Or pop an M&M, chew your chocolate, calm down. How freaking nice is that? Now, if you don't eat chocolate, whatever snacks it is you do eat, you can use any snack. It's versatile. Have fun with it. Now, I do know people who say, I have to drink a lot of water, but I don't have the ability to charge or whatnot. Do you have another option? Yes, I do. You can actually charge the container. Remember my little coffee pot over here? If I knew for a fact I was going to be very, very busy and I was going to have to be drinking a lot of water or coffee, then I would easily, instead of charging the water or the liquid or the food, I would charge the container, so that whatever I pour down into the container, it was imparting the energy to. And that is a great way to do it. Now, one thing I would do if I was going to do the container method, though, I would do the bind rune method, and I'd actually find a way to attach the bind rune to the pot, which if you got something you can write on directly with a Sharpie, great. If you can't, make your bind rune on a piece of paper, tape that sucker right to there, and then charge the container. So make your bind rune, charge the bind rune, stick it on there, and then charge them both. Now, if you write directly on there, you can just charge the bind rune on the container, and then do a second intonation pattern to charge the container. That will help the container hold. Now, once the bind rune's on there, you only have to charge it once, but I would recharge the container daily. And then whatever you put in there, you can fill. Now, I know a lot of military members who use this technique on their camelbacks because they're usually on flight decks or whatnot where they can refill the camelback, but they ain't got time to do the other stuff. So they just fill the camel back and go on. That's a great method. So you can, if you have a dedicated water bottle or something, charge the container for this. And it is a natural, great way to help with your stress and anxiety. Now, this will help with your stress and anxiety. This is not an absolute cure. If you are having bad anxiety or panic attacks, this may help. But do remember, Magick is not a replacement for real medical and modern medicine. So if you are having massively bad, even crippling anxiety or panic attacks, please do see your doctor. Talk to them, see if there's something you two can work out. Magick is a great assistance. It's a great helper. And for milder cases where, it can even be the solution. You may find out drinking your anti-anxiety coffee is a great way to do it. For some, it'll help, but it's not enough, and you may still want to see a doctor. Do be aware of that. I'm not telling you not to see a doctor, okay? There's too many people, I think, who get themselves in trouble trying to replace modern medicine with magic. I'm not saying modern medicine does everything right. They don't. I got my own beefs. But I think magicians and doctors should work together. And I think as a practitioner, if we do what we can on our side of the fence in magic while working with the doctor and doing our research in the medicals as well, I think we'll get the best of both worlds. That's my personal opinion. All right. I hope this helps you out. I hope you enjoy this. Give it a try. Definitely give the water one a try and the container one. I think you'll really be amazed how much this will reduce your stress and anxiety. I use this all the time. I use it. Many of my students use this because I give this technique out to them. And obviously I share this technique with clients as well. So give it a try. I think you'll really be pleased with just how quick and easy this particular working is. I know it sounds a little too easy, but it will work. And if you have any questions, drop them below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, give us a like. It lets the algorithm know you enjoy the work we're doing, and they'll show more people so more seekers can find this information. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on the notifications so you're notified anytime we release a new video or if we go live. We do live streams every Friday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And perhaps consider supporting the channel. We do have a members only section and content now with perks, and you can do that by hitting the little join button down there if you so choose to. And if nothing else, share the videos or just keep watching. Our viewers, you guys are really what keeps this channel up and running, and we thank you for it. And till next time, everyone, I'm Drake, and this has been Working Dragon Mystic. Take care. Bye-bye.